This is Sarah Poff, and those art hands. They're a gift from God. So tonight we're going to take something Christmassy. It's a real easy trick that I found through the years. I found it actually about 40 years ago. And we're going to put a new twist on it. We're going to make Easter candy canes. So these are my Christmas candy canes. These, of course, are real candy canes. And I'm going to show you how.
Could you try again?
Uh-oh, Surrey is talking to me.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm going to have to see about Surrey. Somehow Surrey on my iPad, she was talking to me. So here are my candy canes. These are my Christmas candy canes. And I'm trying to stay with easy crafts. These are, of course, our real candy canes. And so I wanted to show you a real easy one. All you need is white paper, crayons, markers. You could use paint, but it's a little bit harder. So what I'm going to do is I need a square. So I always try to teach the kids from that rectangle sheet of paper, because most of the paper we have and use is the rectangle. So you do like this. And you cut. Saving these for hopefully bookmarks or to make something else. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color. Get my paper over here so I won't color on the table. So I'm going to choose blue, pink, and yellow. So what you want to do when you're doing these is you want to stripe around the outside edge. Now you could draw. I just try to go as steady as I can. I realize I've had more practice at this than some people. Now, if we want the candy cane to be all filled in like these, then we have to keep doing a little bit more. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to make another line. If I were having students do it, I'd probably have them do one, then the next, then the next. Now, I don't know about you all, but I've had a busy day. Hi, Mildred. Good to see you. We're taking those candy canes like I make in November and December, and we're changing them into Easter candy canes, spring candy canes. Made me think of that because here we bought some candy canes that have those spring colors. And so we have a square. And then we're taking markers, and we're coloring the outside edge. Also makes me think of those country candy canes. My parents used to buy them at a place called Debo's down in southeast Missouri for my children. They still once in a while want me to buy them some of those kind of candy canes. Well, I hope you've had a good day. Yesterday the sun was out and it felt better than today, but today was still a good day. I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to mind my daughter and stay in. Yes, I know it's very important for me to stay in. Okay, I'm going to add me some yellow in there. almost forgot this broadcast tonight. My husband said, weren't you going to do that? Oh, yes. I got too involved in my, I'm creating a game on Facebook. A simple game. But for the National Frontier Trails Museum, and we're pretending to travel west in wagons, and so I'm doing all the artwork that goes with that. It's lots of fun. It's tiring on my hand. See, I'm just continuing to make squares around. But yeah, the good thing about this one is it only takes one sheet of paper, a square of paper, some markers or crayons. I'm going to just leave that in the middle. Okay, and then you want to turn it like this. I'm going to do the diamond. I'll take this stuff out so you can see better. I'm going to do a diamond shape. So you want one of these to point to you. And then you're going to want a pencil of some kind. You need a dot of glue. And evidently I didn't close my glue gun, or my glue down, or I didn't wipe it. So you want a little dot of glue on this opposite end. Now I'm going to take my finger and then I'm going to dry it up. So I don't want it to be a blotch, because if it comes through, it's not good. All right, so now I'm going to roll that edge around the pencil. I want it fairly tight, fairly taut. Yeah, because if you do that, it's going to look more like that size. Now, once I get this going, hi Janelle, good to see you. Pull it out to the side a little bit. And I'm just going to keep going. Now, if I should not keep that tension on there, you can just let it go and then just kind of start over. Keep pulling my pencil out. You see the colors start to look pretty. Looks like it dried up on me. So I'm not going to wipe it off this time because it looks like it's not that much. I'm going to pull that a little bit tighter. Now, I usually have the kids do till 60. Hi, Lynette. Good to hear from you all. I hope you're minding and staying in. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to mash flat. And then I'm going to roll it around like this. And then unroll it. So there is my Easter candy cane. Now I want to show you an easy way that you can do it if you are not a child, and you can think about how to start this when you do the rolling process. It'll take some of the time away. It'll make it a little bit less. So if I go to my paper, I'm going to still need a square. And as you see, these are a little bit longer. I cut those for the size. These are close, about the length of that. This is one of those tricks I learned from a lady. She wasn't a very good teacher. However, she had this craft that she let the kids do sometimes. And I have used it over and over. Craft and art kind of lap into each other, it seems like. Because you're rolling paper, you're bending paper, you're plotting out how you put the lines on there. So there's a certain amount of art in there. So where does craft end and art start? I don't know. When I was a kid, they just all went together. Now some people like to make a bigger deal about it. So I don't know. It just is what it is. Okay, so now if I only color on one side, I can make this happen. So I don't have to color the other side. And I find that when I'm trying to flow it and make it straighter, that if my arm can be loose, I might even practice before I go, because you don't know how many thousands of candy canes I've made in my time. Thousands of candy canes. Yes, I have made thousands. I've made them with students over the years, but I also make them at Christmas time and pass out, put an ink pen in them, and pass them out to different people that I encounter. It's just a really simple something I can give somebody that doesn't cost me much. So I try to like do it every other year, not do it each year. So that, you know, people may have used up their other one or may have forgotten, or I have a whole new set of people that I'm around. Okay, so then I'm going to leave. Oh, I messed up my pattern, but I'm just going to make a new one. Just make a new one. I know I had a girl that helped me for a while, and I would have her make candy canes. You know, this was like in August. She was making candy canes. Maybe we'd have like 15 minutes or so left until it was time for her to go. And so I just pull out the candy cane paper, and she's like, "We're getting ready for Christmas now?" And I was like, "Well, when you give out hundreds of these, you got to work on them for a while. You just got to work on them for a while." So I decided maybe this is my art chat time. And I visit with my friends. And I have 3 of my favorites on there right now. And there's just someone else out there. Number 4 is out there somewhere. I don't know who they are because they didn't come on screen. So it might be somebody I know, and it might not. I think I'm going to add one in here. I like lots of color. Alright, there we go. I'm going to put the lid on these so that I don't waste it. And if you all haven't heard me talk about the markers, I use Mr. Sketch for the most part, unless somebody gives me some of the other kind. What I learned about Mr. Sketch is the ink is down here. The ink block is down here. And so therefore, if the lead should get, you know, left ajar a little bit, or maybe even left, you know, almost off, you just put it back on, you let it set for a while, and unless they've really just totally left it off, it should come back. The other markers, their cartridge is up here, so if they should, you know, should leave the lid off, or just even a little bit of jar, it dries. I learned that at some of the art conferences I went to. Alright, so we still want this shaped like a diamond, but this time, this is going to be the side you're going to roll up on there last. So, you want it across from you, so that when you roll up this is all going to be on the inside. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit more glue on here. Now, one of the times, or sometimes if I can find them, I buy a dowel rod. If I was going to make a whole bunch of these, I buy a dowel rod and I make it for the length that these are, and then that helps them go faster. However, if you're doing them with a bunch of people, it's an easy way. So these are if you're just joining us, these are our Easter candy canes. Oh, see what I didn't do? I didn't pull my pencil out. Now, if you do it too tight, the pencil's hard to come out. If you do it too loose, I don't like how I did that. I'm going to go back. If it's too loose, it doesn't look as much like a candy cane. That is one of the things that one of the skills the kids learn over time when they're making these, is they learn to judge, be able to be a good judge of how much to twist it, how tightly to hold it when they're doing this. And I don't know. Some days, do you ever have a day like that is just not quite working out like you want it to? Okay, since I'm sitting here, I'm gonna come from this direction. Okay, so I can be more even with how I do it. However, sometimes the kids will get their pencil stuck up in there. Most of the time you can get it out by just taking another pencil and just sticking it down in there like this. And that'll make it come out. Okay, so there's my candy cane. And then I'm going to take that pencil. I didn't color. There's a little bit of white there, so I'm just going to, I didn't get all the way down. I'm going to do like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this end. I think it's because I just colored the one side. Alright, then I'm going to take my thumb and do this. Wrap it about 3-4 times. And then bring it out. And then I think I'll go hang these on my Easter tree. So it's great visiting with you ladies tonight. These are my candy canes. And one of these times I got to get to Mildred's lily. She makes little lilies with tracing the kid's hand. And they are beautiful. They are just beautiful. So this is Sarah Poff and my art hands. And they're definitely a gift from God. I'm the Multimedia Storyteller. And that's all for tonight. You guys have a great night.